I still remember the sound. Not words, not laughter. That chuckle. Sharp, short, like they were letting me know I wasn't worth the air I breathed. It was at their dinner table. My wife's Uncle Henry had invited us over, a man who reminded me of an aging fox in a tailored suit. He was the son of the bank's president. The whole family was there, his parents, all pearls and polished teeth. They asked about my education. High school, I answered, because I never lied about my past. The air shifted. A slow grin crept across Uncle Henry's face. His mother chuckled like she'd just heard the setup to a joke. High school, she repeated, each syllable a knife dipped in honey. Then came the whispers, the smirks, and finally Henry leaning back, swirling his wine. So, no college, no MBA, just a high school grad. Must be hard keeping up, huh? I looked at my wife. She didn't defend me. She didn't even blink. I smiled. I get by, I said. When I told them, calm, casual, that maybe I should move my account from their bank, they laughed outright. You do that, Henry's father said. We'll try to survive the loss. I met my wife 7 years ago when I was still building. The company was small, the deals smaller. I didn't have wealth then. I had will. She said she loved that about me. I believed her. When we married, she insisted I move my accounts to her family's bank. Support the family business, she said. I agreed. Loyalty was natural to me. Over the years, the business grew. $7 billion under my name, spread across investments, liquid assets, and high-yield accounts, all quietly sitting in their bank. I never flaunted it. I never needed to. Until that dinner. Until that laugh. After that night, I started noticing things. My wife's sudden interest in hosting family gatherings. Her long, whispered calls with Henry. The bank making subtle moves with my account, advising me on certain investments I never requested. I dug deeper. Emails, internal memos. My wife's uncle bragging to his circle that he was managing my fortune, as if it was his to play with. But what twisted the knife was her. In one message, she joked that she'd married up just to upgrade the family portfolio. That was when the switch flipped. Pain turned into planning. I kept my movements invisible. Over 6 months, I prepared. New accounts in Switzerland, Singapore, the Caymans, shell corporations to mask transfers, legal groundwork for breach of trust claims. I didn't just want to take my money, I wanted them to feel the moment it vanished. Every signature was deliberate, every call encrypted. I played the role of the doting, clueless husband. I attended their dinners, laughed at their jokes, even nodded along when Henry advised me on market trends. And then, on the day I'd chosen, a Friday, just before the markets closed, I pulled the trigger. At 9:01 a.m., the first wire left. By 9:17, $500 million was gone. By noon, $3 billion had shifted. By the time Henry's office noticed the red alerts screaming across his screens, I was already signing the last set of transfer papers in Zurich. At 2:45 p.m., the final account closed. Zero balance. Not a cent left. The call came at 3:02 p.m. Henry, breathless. There seems to be some. That night, I went home early. They were all there. Henry, his parents, my wife, gathered in my living room like vultures who'd just realized the carcass was gone. Henry was pale. His mother's hands shook as she clutched her pearls. My wife, her eyes were wild. "What did you do?" she hissed. I set my briefcase down, loosened my tie. I moved my money. Henry stepped forward. "Do you have any idea what you've done to this bank?" I met his gaze, calm, steady. "You mean my bank?" Silence. just the faint hum of the air conditioning. You mocked me for my education, I continued. You used my trust to inflate your ego. You thought I wouldn't notice. You were wrong. My wife's voice cracked. You ruined them. No, I said. I just took back what was mine. Within weeks, Henry resigned under health reasons. His father faced a shareholder revolt. The bank's stock plummeted. Investigations swirled, not because of me, but because my withdrawal exposed years of questionable practices. My wife moved out. I didn't fight her. The prenup she'd signed, her idea at the time, left her with nothing but her clothes and her car. I saw Henry once more, months later, in a downtown cafe. He didn't look up, didn't speak. The fox had lost his teeth. I don't regret it. Not the planning, not the silence, not the way I walked out of that bank's life without a single backward glance. They taught me a lesson at that dinner table, that respect isn't given, it's taken. And that's exactly what I did. $7 billion gone in a day. Not stolen, not hidden, just mine again. The laugh they gave me at that dinner, I still hear it sometimes. It doesn't sting anymore, because now I'm the one laughing.